really going to talk about it, huh?
I think we need to. I don't want to be some boring podcast that just talks about rides and all that stuff. I mean, that's so boring. That stuff is fun. Don't get me
I
wrong,
love
but I
rides.
know, but it's boring to just only
What's
talk
the
about
most
that
boring ride
stuff.
in
Are
Disney?
we already going?
Yeah.
Don't put this as the opening.
Too late. Welcome to It's a Small Disney Podcast. I'm Eric. Across from me is April. And we're here back for another small chat about something. Something that
About something.
Can be controversial, probably depending on how you feel or think or take it. This was your idea. I was ready to talk about Dumbo or something.
I enjoy talking about rides and all the fun stuff, but I also enjoy talking about,
Oh, it's also Halloween. Ooh.
Oh yeah, happy Halloween.
Time
to get spooky. What are we
real
going
quick,
as?
Jay and Silent Bob.
Ooh.
Real quick, we have been to Mickey's Not So Spooky Halloween Party. We were going to dedicate a full episode to it, but we decided to do the Haunted Mansion. So, in my opinion, do it once, see what you think. We'll talk about it sometime else, probably.
Right. So let's talk about, drum roll please.
See, I don't even have to download a sound effect. That was perfect.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks.
So today, we're talking about the subject of Disney adults. Some people may know what that is. Some people may not. Some people may have their own idea of it. Is it a stereotype? Is it just a name for people that go to Disney? Who knows? But what makes a Disney adult? Where did the term come from? And what causes adults to become such diehard fans of Disney World?
Well, I think we should start by looking at where that term even came from, because when we first started going to Disney in 2014, I'd never heard of the term Disney adult.
I hadn't actually heard of the term until probably in the last couple of years.
Right.
We don't take it that serious. We were actually at an Andrew Santino stand-up show a couple weeks back, and he has a little joke that he was doing about Disney adults, which he tells it on the podcast sometimes, his podcast, and I laugh. I think it's funny. And he kind of said to the crowd, any Disney adults here, and April immediately screamed. And I go, oh no, here we go.
Yeah, he let me have it.
He started talking to April, and I was starstruck because he's my favorite comedian, and I was just like, oh my God, what is happening right now?
And the little old lady in front of us turned around and was like, you brought this on yourself?
Like we were worried about it.
I was like, dude, this is part of the show. Like, I'm glad. I wanted to bring this on myself.
Yeah, but he asked, do you go with kids, without kids? Is that, with your husband, all that. So she pretty much said all of the above, and then he went in to talk about the joke. Basically, the people who don't have kids in the park, which we are guilty of because we go without kids. So it was funny. We started talking about Disney adults then, and I think that kind of spawned to let's talk about it on the podcast.
Well, and I feel like I've just seen more about it recently. So I wanted to first let everyone know where I got this information from. I used several articles from the Rolling Stone. There was a really good article from 2022, a lot of like Reddit forums and posts, and then a really good 2023 Variety article as well. So where do you think the term originated from?
Me?
Yes, you.
I think it was just, I feel like I know. I feel like it's just from like social media.
Social media, 100%.
Yeah. Some
100%.
people either making fun or just stereotyping or giving a fandom a nickname. Now, I myself add Disney adult just to my wallet of names people call me. There are the term tater in the bourbon community.
Oh, I was like, someone calls you Tater?
Tater is someone that people think, they're just out trying to get the best bottles. They don't care about anything but like being able to take a picture of the bottle and stuff.
What does that have anything to do with potatoes?
Like, because you're picking bottles and stuff, picking potatoes. I don't really.
You
remember.
pick a lot of stuff. I pick corn. I don't pick
really
corn,
remember.
but corn's picked.
But but it's also
Just corny.
Just a term for somebody who is a really big fan of bourbon. So there's also the term weeb, which is a fan of anime.
I
and
know that.
People try to use it in a very like making fun, you weeb, stuff like that. But in the end, it's somebody who's a fan of anime. Now, how extreme of a weeb you are, that's where the rest of it comes in. There's the term mark, which is a wrestling fan. Yeah, I love wrestling. I will consider myself a mark. But then there are the people who wear championship belts to work, probably. That's kind of the extreme. So there's a plethora of terms that other people on the outside and kind of on the inside.
I'm on the outside. I mean, from the very beginning, Disney was meant for adults, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like that term didn't pop up until recently, because before the internet, I mean, adults have always been going to Disney. I've found that a few short years after Mickey was created, he was also then sold on watches in the 1930s as for adults, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, even back in the 1930s, they were marketing toward adults. So adults going to Disney is not a new kind of thing. I mean, they also have cruise line, they have the adult only beach. They have the Pleasure Island that was created for the nightclub complex. So, I mean, it's always been very adult driven. But recently, it's almost become a shameful thing.
Yeah.
If an adult wants to be at Disney.
Yeah. One of the things you pointed out to me was Tumblr. I guess the actual concept of the label of a Disney adult came from Tumblr around 2010. You showed me a blog by Leslie Kay. Is that right?
Leslie Kay.
Showcasing Disney bounding. Now, you've mentioned bounding before. Bounding is where you don't cosplay, but you kind of put together an outfit that if I saw that person walking, I'd be like, is that a Peter Pan outfit?
Right.
Or that's not a costume?
It's like the color palettes. They use the same color palettes from the character.
Yeah.
So it's not fully cosplay in costume, because you can't if you're over 14, you can't dress in costume at Disney.
I would love to honestly see a 40-year-old lady in a full Cinderella gown.
You can. You just have to go to one of the dinners.
No, I want to see her just up, rope drop time, normal day, full Cinderella gown, trying to get into a park.
Well,
will you please do that one day?
I'm sure that it has definitely been attempted. But what I thought was really funny about the Leslie Kay story is it was her and her friend, and I think I read they were like 22, and they decided that they loved going to Disney, and all of a sudden, like a light bulb went off. They were like, we're adults. We can go to Disney whenever we want and do what we want and spend money how we want to spend it. So they decided to start going to Disney, create this Disney bounding, and it just sort of took off from there. And then a fun fact about that is now she works for Disney, which is, how funny is that she started off, but she works with Disney in the like merchandise and working on projects like books and things like that. So I'm not for sure how many times that happens, you know what I mean, in one's life. But anyway, so from the Tumblr years, it sort of escalated from there. They started to see a slow trickle of content in the internet aimed at poking fun at Disney adults. like in 2014, there was a article called 9 Things to Never Say to an Adult Disney Fan. And I read them and they were pretty silly. I mean, I was like, are these supposed to be offensive? Like one of them was, you're too old to go to Disney. Or,
There's actually a person in that costume.
I mean, it was just stuff
There's not!
This is supposed to be offensive. And then in 2017, there was a college humor video called Adult Disney Fans Are Weird. So basically, it was just slowly escalating, right? So the criticism of adults had been around for years, but, the term itself didn't really gain traction until January 2020, when a Reddit post appeared with the headline, Disney adults are worse than any other cringe group of people.
Oh, wow.
I mean, honestly, it was so uninteresting. It was like 3 little lines of just someone being dumb. You know what I mean? But it just spurred these slew of comments and all these people, some people defending it, some people just being just as dumb as the author. But one comment that really stood out is, it says, I know a woman who goes 3 times or more a year and is super into Disney. She likes to go to Disney because everyone there is nice and treats her well, unlike everyone in her real life. And then as you start going, most of the good comments are similar to that. That's a huge theme, I think, with these adults, and why people like to go is because basically at the end of the day, it makes people happy. But we'll touch more on that in a little bit. What exactly is a Disney adult?
I mean, I think it depends on who you ask.
Yeah.
Just like, I think there are...
Just ask Reddit.
No, don't ask Reddit anything. I think if you ask the internet, I mean, it's going to be the most, whatever, the worst people you see at the park. Basically, just anything that makes it a bad thing, basically, is what you're going to see if you ask the internet what a Disney adult is.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. I mean,
wasn't there wasn't there a TikTok video of somebody going crazy at Disney, and then
when the pandemic ended, I think.
But also, it was like a funny video, and nobody even read the description that it was funny. Like, she was like crying in front of the castle, and it was like not serious.
It was just a skit.
Yeah,
But
they took that clip and then they just started putting it in different places.
Hashtag
like,
Disney adult. Look at this Disney adult. Disney adult.
Yeah, it's the internet. The internet is the most vile place in the world.
The internet is what was that called? The internet is worse than any other cringe group of people. I mean, really, that's what it boils down to. So there was another really good article. Oh, I forgot to mention the New Statesman. And there was an author. The author surveyed more than 1,300 self-identified Disney adults from all around the world. Okay, self-identified. What do you identify as? A Disney adult. So these people were either like members of the unofficial Reddit or Facebook Disney fan pages, or followers of like Disney influencers and blogs. I mean, we're followers of Disney influencers. Yeah. Like, we love Disney influencers. So we would fall into this group. So a third said that they first engaged with the company as a baby. Specifically, some even said they went while they were in their mother's womb. And when asked, do you think you'll be a Disney adult until you die? 91% said yes.
Once a Disney adult, always a Disney adult.
But
bleed for Disney.
Do you see why they get such a bad rap? Is because when you read shit like that, you're like, their first interaction was when they were a baby in the womb. Like,
is that gonna be
that's
our
pretty
kid?
Extreme. I mean, that was Dash. He went when I was 20 weeks pregnant.
Yeah, I just think it's funny that one of the questions was until you die.
Yeah, no,
straight to death.
Everything is so extreme
for life.
So according to that same survey, I mean, because what I was wondering is, how old are these people? Who are these people, right? Like, who are Disney adults? So the majority of Disney adults 71% are aged 25 to 44. So that millennial age range. Okay. And I feel like we could go so further and deeper into all of this, but we'll just leave it at that. It's a millennial. 80% are female, and well over 61% are married or in a civil partnership. I do want to put this out there. This survey was probably skewed because it was limited to English speakers and shared on websites and accounts that were popular in the West. Okay, so this was probably skewed. Nonetheless, 84% of Disney adults live in North America and 88% are white. And when I said this, we could go much deeper in this, that is one of those things that we could go much deeper in, but we are just touching the surface on this. So nobody come at us, because we completely understand that this is not as simple as it seems on the surface, okay? 45% are Christian, 36% atheist or agnostic. That paints a nice picture. We have a millennial.
I'm just a sweet little
middle-aged
Disney boy.
White Christian woman is basically what you're looking at here. Also, Disney adults were well educated. 62% had either a bachelor's or a master's.
Let's go.
And most of them, well, I won't say most, about half identified as left-wing politically. So,
I don't give a crap.
You know, and well, right, like 10% said they don't care about politics
hey,
at all.
That's me.
But then again, this plays into a lot of the other things, all the politics surrounding Disney and how Disney adults really do a lot of them keep Disney in line, politically speaking, or at least try to, as well as that goes. So again, this goes a lot deeper than what we're touching on, but we're just touching on the
keep
surface.
Keep the Bible and keep politics out of Disney.
Well, yeah, and they probably wouldn't let you in.
Come on.
Well, they would cover your shirt up for pictures.
That did happen to me.
It really
when I had a wrestling
did.
T-shirt on. I would love Disney, love wrestling, and they covered up a Kenny Omega shirt of mine.
Yeah.
I had a gun on it.
And it was Joy who covered it, of course, of all people. So, so I don't know. It's when and at the end of that survey, they asked, what do you like most about Walt Disney? And overall, the biggest part was it helps me find friends and find community. Some people said it helped with the mental health, but there were other answers that weighed more.
And you said one of the bigger ones was it just makes me feel happy, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, and that was the overwhelming percent. 77% said it just makes me happy. So why does it make us happy?
Me? Because, honestly, just me.
Well, here's the thing. Like for me, I didn't grow up going to Disney. I know you didn't either. I didn't even have the Disney Channel. So for me, it doesn't bring back memories of my childhood at all.
No.
So like I can't, because I know a lot of people it does. That's what makes them happy, but that's not what it makes happy for me. So why do you think it makes adults happy?
To me, I think it makes people happy because it's like vacation. You're escaping reality. Now,
Escapism,
I'm not saying that you're just going into like a fantasy world and you're just like a new person.
And so that leads you to wonder, why does Disney want to make us happy?
Disney wants to make me happy?
They want
me happy?
They want your money.
Yeah, that's true.
Right? And we are not naive to that. We understand that. We completely know that Disney is just trying to make us happy. I mean, we understand that.
There's a $400 Lightning Lane pass that was released. $400.
Exactly. So, I mean, we understand that they are wanting our money. They have focus groups and people committed to selling this experience to us and playing on our daily struggles and what we want to escape and nostalgia and things like that. So Disney adults are not naive about that kind of stuff. You know, I mean, we understand what's going on there for sure. So we have figured out what a Disney adult, where the name came from, what kind of person we're looking at. Visually, we have a visual of this Disney adult in our head right now. And you know what my vision is? Kate from Kate Plus 8. That's what I'm envisioning.
No. Oh, no.
Okay.
At the line.
Yes.
Your magic band ain't working. There's 3 cast members.
She's jerking those kids all over the place.
She's missed rope drop by at least 10 minutes.
Oh.
Everything 10 minutes, the whole day's ruined.
So that's what I'm envisioning.
Freshly shaved
right?
back of head
Exactly,
haircut.
Exactly. Sticking straight up.
Oh, boy.
So what are so we know who they are, what they're doing, blah blah blah. Well, what are they doing, right? Like, why do they have such a bad rap? What are these middle-aged white women doing that's giving adults who enjoy Disney such a bad rap on the internet? Well, some of the things that I have seen for myself that they're doing is they take away the magic for children.
It's the worst. It's the
100%. And
worst.
that's the bad thing. Pushing kids out of the way
To
in
take
a line to
pictures,
take pictures
to
with the
get in line.
characters,
Yeah.
or being in line and saying stuff like, he's I've heard people talking about how characters aren't real, or talking about the person that's in the costume playing the character, like maybe how they're walking, or maybe they're not doing a
he
good
would
job.
Never be walk.
Yeah,
Mickey
yeah.
would never walk like that.
Yeah, and or reciting lines, like finishing lines to like in the queue to like a Haunted Mansion or something like that, like, and not letting these children experience what they feel like is the realness of the atmosphere and the experience.
I've literally saw a grown couple. This was, I'm not saying just a female. This was male and female. Walk in front of a kid trying to take a picture of Winnie the Pooh so they could go and yell at Winnie while he was trying to catch butterflies.
Oh my gosh. I mean,
Walked right.
out of
We were
control.
watching. I was like, oh.
I think
Pooh's
I
out.
remember that.
Walked right in front of this little kid, had their camera up there, and were doing their voice, changing their voice, and being like, Winnie, over here, and like doing all that. Little kid messed the whole picture up. I've seen people briskly walk, almost run, to see.
What are you talking about? These people are running. They're
That's
running.
another thing. If
They're
you
running.
run in Disney Park, that's a whole nother story.
Yeah.
You can speed walk, but get in front of kids at the parades.
Oh, that makes me so mad.
It's like, that's the stuff that, like, when you're
Oblivious.
oblivious to everybody else around you.
Yeah, very oblivious. It's only them.
I personally I want to trip somebody. I want to turn into a Disney villain adult. They are the true Disney villain adults, but I want to be straight up Jafar, and I'm just going to trip somebody.
Eat them? Jafar? No, you're going to turn into...
Jafar's a cannibal?
No, never mind. I was thinking Scar.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay,
Jafar,
yeah, I
Scar.
want to turn into Scar and just yeet somebody off of a cliff.
Oh, gosh. So... yeah, it's terrible, and we've seen it multiple times. I didn't even think about the parade thing. Like when my kid, and when we've taken the kids, and when they can't see because an adult has gotten in front of them and just dancing around and acting a fool, and don't even think about the children who literally cannot see over you because you're 100 foot and they're 3 foot. I mean, that burns me up.
And then they get back on their...
You cut that out. No, do not say that. So now the things that I don't think are super cringy
that other people do,
that other people will think that's cringy, is I don't think it's cringy to talk to characters as an adult. I think it can be uncomfortable if you make it uncomfortable, but and I won't lie, in the beginning I do feel like I had a little bit of a hard time doing that because it did feel a little embarrassing. I don't feel like that comes easily or naturally for an adult to talk to another adult in costume, okay? But I don't think it's cringy, and I think you can make it to where it's fun.
It can be cringy if, once again, it's taking away from other people's
experience,
fun and experience. If you are taking up 10 minutes trying to like make a whole story about this and that while people are in line to see a princess or a character, just stop. You could say hi. Oh, I love your costume. I love your dress today. When we have character dining, that's the perfect time to talk because they make time to come to each table and talk to you and all that. You could be like, Goofy, did you make this? That's fun, especially when you have your kids and stuff like that. But if you're just an adult and you go up and you are hogging all the time to yourself,
and there's a ton of children just waiting,
and you're making them do multiple poses with you and stuff like that,
that's a little. That's
you got to stop that now.
So I do feel like that that can be cringy, but if it's done in the right way,
You can do that in the right way, and it's fine.
I don't think it's cringy to spend money on merchandise at Disney for yourself at all. I don't care how much it is. I'm not even lying. I mean, if
It's
you're
your
a grown
money.
ass adult and you put money back for it, and you are not like things aren't, lacking at home. Your bills are paid. All of your responsibilities are done. Your children are taken care of. And this is just your extra money and you've put it aside and you've saved it for Disney. What is the difference in that and going and buying clothes or going and buying
There's no difference.
shoes? Or it's your money. You spend it how you want. If you want to spend it on a popcorn bucket, spend it on a popcorn bucket.
The people who can't, basically the internet or your great aunt or whoever, not your great aunt, but I'm just metaphorically saying the person who just can't get it in their head that you're allowed to have money and you're allowed to have fun with your money. Yeah. You don't have to have $1 million in savings before you're allowed to go spend or buy something. We going to die eventually. The money's going to be gone. It's okay to have fun with your money. But some people can't. They can't enjoy life, and they can't let anybody else enjoy their things because they think that you just waste your money when in reality, you can spend your money on whatever you want.
I mean, some people just think it's cringy that an adult would rather go and spend their vacation there than going and relaxing on a beach. But people don't realize, for some reason, those people they don't realize that people have different ideas about what's fun and what they want to do.
Relax and fun. Yeah, we go to the beach. Yeah. But honestly, when we don't have anything to do on vacation, we are not the people who can go and take a cooler, set up a umbrella, and sit on the beach for hours and hours. Our kids don't want to do it. We don't want to do it. Give us a little bit of time here and there. Okay, you got Disney. There's pools. There's stuff you can go do. I think some people also don't even take the time to try to understand that, like, Disney is catering to adults with all the drinks, all the places to hang out. And they just assume, Disney World is just a park where characters are walking around and there's adults going there. That's the worst thing I've ever seen.
But think about it. They, like I said earlier, they were 100% from the very beginning always aimed toward adults too. Yeah. I mean, adults are spending a lot of money to bring their children here, and Disney wants to keep them happy while they're there and wants to keep them coming back. Yeah. So they're going to cater just as much to the adults as the children. So my view, I think, just like any fandom, like I was saying earlier, you just got to, if you enjoy Disney and you're an adult and you go multiple times. Does that make you a Disney adult?
Yes. Well, in my eyes, it does. I think, but it's one of those things. You have to just accept the fact that that's just a term you have. It's just like being called, like earlier, Mark, a tater. All this stuff. You got to accept it. What you don't want to do is...
Tater's wild.
What you don't want to do is be the annoying ones. I think the term Disney adult is a scale-based thing. I'll accept it. I'm a Disney adult. So what? I don't want to be what everybody thinks a Disney adult is. I want to enjoy Disney. I want other people to enjoy Disney. I want to talk about Disney. I want to go and just enjoy the details. The details Disney puts into all this stuff amazes me. How clean it is. You can't go to Kings Island and go into a bathroom and expect it to be as clean as they are at Disney. You can't go and be standing in line and look and just see like the texture of the wall and like the detail. It feels like you're like in a cartoon.
And people are nice to you. And don't get me wrong, I know they're being paid to be nice to me, but it's nice to be nice.
It's nice to be nice, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's just, I enjoy Disney because just the, like I said, I didn't go when I was a kid either. I watched the Disney Channel. I always wanted to go. But it's just a place where you can go and enjoy cartoons and fantasy stuff and have fun and also enjoy adult things, drinks and all that. I just don't want to be the person who takes away from somebody else. If there's an adult that's never been to Disney and they're having fun time, but maybe they're walking slow. Maybe they don't know what's going on. I don't want to be the person that's like, get out of the way. I'm here to see the parade, or get out of the way. Like, you're slowing the lineup or something like that. That's my thing. It's just a scale. I want to stay on the, hey, he's a fun Disney adult. He's somebody we can talk to about Disney if we've never been.
He's just a normal dude who likes going to Disney.
He's a normal dude that likes going to Disney. Yeah, I'm not like some weirdo that's going to Disney without his kids and he's just there because he's trying to do weird stuff. Like, I don't understand that. And I don't understand, like you said, the cringe factor of wanting to buy things. I mean, we're literally recording in the basement, and how many toys and bottles of bourbon are we surrounded by?
A lot.
If somebody walked down in the basement right now, they would say I'm the cringiest person ever, probably. There's wrestling stuff. There's bourbon down here. There's Disney stuff. There's anime
there's a
stuff.
Life-size cutout.
There's Ryan Reynolds
right there. I mean, this is a pretty fun environment,
If I call somebody a Disney adult and the tone of my voice is very frustrating, you know that they've done something that even I think is bad. If I'm like, yeah, we're all Disney adults. Yeah, we like Disney.
If you'd be like, that is a Disney adult.
Yeah, I would be pissed. That's the person who pushed a kid out of the way
to get a Mickey-shaped pretzel.
To get a Mickey-shaped pretzel, or to get a good spot in the parade, and then they rolled their ankle in the on Main Street afterwards.
We've seen that happen too.
Karma.
So I think a Disney adult. I went back and forth on whether I think I am a Disney adult. I think I am. I'm not the definition of it. I'm not a TikTok Disney adult, as they would define one. But I think I am. Just like you, I have the same exact view that you have, 100% the same. So,
are you listeners a Disney adult? Have you ever took away somebody's magic, or have you helped somebody have a good time?
Have you sprinkled pixie dust? Don't do that. That's weird.
That is kind of weird.
you follow that.
You might be a Disney adult if you keep sand in your pocket and you randomly sprinkle pixie dust on people. That's kind of weird.
At least put some glitter in it.
That's
Don't use
weird.
sand. Shit. And it goes all in their eyes.
Pocket sand.
So, you know what time it is.
You have a game for this one too?
I hope you didn't see it.
I didn't. I honestly didn't.
Okay.
There's too many words on that paper for me to read.
The game is called Gifts Not Even a Disney Adult Can Afford.
Gifts?
Gifts Not Even a Disney Adult Can Afford. And that's
like
another
motion
thing.
Memes?
Gifts? No, not gifts.
Okay.
Okay, you got it?
Got it.
Presents. Because again, it's aimed, a lot of the shopping, of course, is aimed toward toward adults, right? Because
those
who can afford this
$10,000
shit?
crystal balls at the Contemporary.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a price, and you have to guess which item matches this price.
This is like Price is Right.
Okay.
Okay.
The first price, $85,000.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
A house at that one place.
Yeah, whatever. Like, that's the down payment.
One night
Okay.
in the.
You want to let me finish
sorry.
here? Okay. Avatar themed jewelry, a Pandora charm jewelry set, a Gaston themed bow and arrow set, or a giant Cinderella castle.
A giant Cinderella castle.
Uh-huh.
I think it's Pandora. I mean, what? in
The
world?
giant Cinderella castle. It's a crystal art piece in Disney Springs, and I know you've seen it.
I've seen
It's made
it.
up of
It's in that one shop.
678,000 hand-set crystal stones, and it took
I thought that was the two
3,835
obvious
man
answer.
hours to complete.
I think too much into these games because I'm like, yeah, that's the one she wants me to pick because, yeah, who's not going to say a giant castle? But I figured there was at least some little jewelry set that's like, are you kidding me? This is 85. This was forged from the rocks of Pandora.
Oh, God. You're so stupid. Okay, $25,000.
Okay.
A life-size R2-D2.
Oh, hell yeah.
Personalized glassware, gold rose mini ears, or Roberto coin Olaf necklace?
The mini ears.
The life-size R2-D2. So it's a mock version. It's fully customizable. It's in Galaxy's Edge. And not to mention that the shipping on this alone can cost over $800.
$2,500, you said?
$25,000.
Oh! I thought you said $2,500.
I said $25,000.
Because I thought there was like a $2,000 R2-D2 you could get. But then those Mickey ears in Contemporary that
Honey,
one time...
I made that up. I just put
Those
those
are
words
real.
together. I put those words together. I did not. I specifically put gold
thought you
in
said
that to see if it would trick
2,500.
you. No.
$25,000?
You got two. Yes, you get two more chances. Okay,
Okay.
$79,000.
This sounds like a kid's game. Will you give me $1 million?
Okay, a Gaston bronze statue,
The one in front of...
custom lightsaber, Dooney and Burke bag, or crystal spaceship.
I'm going Gaston or Crystal Spaceship. Crystal Spaceship.
Ding, ding, ding.
Yes.
You got it.
I
It's
thought
the
of a
limited
life-size
edition
spaceship.
model. It's for $79,000. It better be. And of course, it's the available at the World Showcase, and it's the Epcot.
I really want a Gaston cinnamon roll right now.
Oh my god.
Extra icing on the side tip.
Oh my goodness, that would be so good. Okay, last one. $25,000 plus. Okay.
5,000 plus.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, VIP tour, fine dining at Victoria and Albert Chef's Table, Cinderella Castle suite stay, or Club 33 membership.
Oh crap! All right, so I know a VIP tour is like $8,000 to $1,000 per person. So you would have to like have a whole like matching family T-shirt family with you for that one. I know Club 33 is a crazy price to be. I think it's like $30,000 or something like that. But the suite is really expensive. But don't you have to be like, you have to be invited to do that, I think. Club 33.
Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah, I think you have to be like invited to do that, or like a celebrity or something like that, right?
So
Or
I
win
don't know about any of that actually, but it is reportedly costs $25,000 to join. Okay, and then you have annual fees at over $10,000.
Club 33.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's $25,000 plus because it's
I can't wait till we
initial.
do the episode over Club 33 and our experience with that.
Oh yeah, me either. When we're dead.
Oh God.
Okay, I think that's all I got. You got anything else? Go be a Disney adult, friends. Have fun. Live your life.
Have fun. Enjoy Disney however you want to. Don't worry about what people call you. Just don't take away from other people's fun when you're at the park, especially when it's a child. Yes, Disney is made for adults too, but don't take away a child's fun at Disney.
I do want to say one thing. We are 66 days away from
66.
our
When this
next-
drops though, we will be
I'll do the math, honey.
62,
Okay, I believe you.
maybe.
Let's
see.
go with it. Nobody else. I mean, let's just go with it.
I don't
Who's
know.
going to dispute us?
I don't know. Somebody on the internet.
Do
just
you?
like
And let us
everybody
know
else.
if you have a countdown.
Yeah, countdown. Tell us what you think, your definition of a Disney adult, and if you think you are or are not one. Go to Instagram, follow us. It's a Small Disney Podcast. You can leave a comment on the post I put. I post about new episode every time. You can follow me at Whiskey Mutant. You can follow April at SmithApril859.
Don't.
You can listen to this on Apple, Spotify, and YouTube. No video version, but the audio is on YouTube. And leave comments wherever.
Like,
We'd
comment,
like-
subscribe.
Yeah, you might get a shout out or you might not. Either way, this has been a small chat about Disney Adult. I'm Eric.
I'm April.
And we'll see you next time on It's a Small Disney Podcast.
See ya. Bye.